Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling. The truth is finally out, and it's far darker than anyone could have imagined. This week, the Supreme Court has revealed shocking details in the Yu Menglong case, exposing not just a tragedy, but a deeply orchestrated web of betrayal, manipulation, and cruelty that rocked an entire generation. Stay with us on Update X24H, because what you're about to hear will challenge everything you thought you knew. For weeks, the world had followed Yu Menglong's story with disbelief, shocked by the tragic loss of a talented artist whose life seemed filled with promise. Yet nothing could have prepared anyone for the revelations unveiled by the Supreme Court, which lifted the veil on a darkness far deeper and more calculated than anyone had imagined. His death was never a simple misfortune or an act of personal jealousy. It was the outcome of a meticulously orchestrated campaign of manipulation and cruelty that reached into every corner of the entertainment industry. What was meant to appear as isolated missteps and unfortunate coincidences now reveals itself as a systematic effort to destroy not only a man's career but his very identity. Investigators uncovered evidence previously hidden from the public eye: suppressed videos, edited recordings, and confidential documents carefully concealed in Yu Menglong's own residence. These files exposed a network of individuals wielding influence and power, whose decisions were driven by fear of his rising stardom and the threat it posed to entrenched interests. Each page, each exchange revealed a chilling orchestration designed to control, intimidate, and ultimately erase him. The notion that a human being could be subjected to such calculated degradation, forced to discredit himself, coerced to participate in his own humiliation, strikes at the heart of our understanding of justice and morality. But amid the horror, the story also illuminates the strength and resilience of Yu Menglong. Even while under relentless pressure, he attempted to gather evidence, to protect himself, and to expose those orchestrating his destruction. This effort, though ultimately met with tragedy, underscores his courage and determination to confront forces far greater than any individual should endure. It is this combination of systemic cruelty and unwavering human spirit that gives the case such profound emotional weight. The Supreme Court's statement does more than recount facts. It forces the public to confront the stark reality of how power, envy, and fear can intersect to exploit, manipulate, and destroy a life. It compels us to reflect not only on the mechanisms of corruption within the entertainment world, but also on the resilience required to face them. In revealing the hidden darkness, the court exposes the human cost of ambition and secrecy, painting a picture that is both terrifying and profoundly moving. The tragedy of Yu Menglong is no longer confined to headlines. It has become a story of endurance, courage, and the unwavering pursuit of truth, a reminder of what is lost when humanity is eclipsed by ambition and fear. Behind the tragedy of Yu Menglong's death lies a web of coercion so intricate and deliberate that it challenges our understanding of both human vulnerability and systemic power. The 8 accomplices, who at first appeared as minor players in a larger story, were in reality ensnared in a network of manipulation and intimidation that left them little room for choice. Threats to their families, relentless psychological pressure, and subtle yet persistent control forced them into acts they could neither condone nor refuse. Each decision they made, each action they carried out, was dictated not by malice alone but by fear, creating a chain of complicity that extended far beyond the surface of the public narrative. The court's revelations illuminate how power can warp relationships and bend morality. These individuals, once thought to be guilty of personal failings, were instead instruments of a meticulously engineered plan, designed to shield those truly responsible from scrutiny. They were compelled to participate in the degradation and humiliation of a man, whose only crime was to shine too brightly in an industry that often rewards conformity over integrity. The cruelty they enacted, though abhorrent, must be understood within the context of coercion, for it reflects not a spontaneous eruption of evil but the careful orchestration of forces far more influential and calculating. What makes this web of coercion even more harrowing is the psychological toll it exacted on everyone involved. The accomplices lived under constant threat, forced to reconcile their actions with their conscience while fearing reprisal at every turn. The court acknowledged the impossibility of their situation, recognizing that while they were accountable for their deeds, their participation was heavily shaped by the pressures imposed upon them. This acknowledgement adds layers of complexity to the narrative, revealing that the tragedy was not solely Yu Menglong's, but shared across those ensnared in the same machinery of control. Yet, even amid such darkness, there is an undeniable human element of resilience. Some attempted quietly to resist, to record evidence, or to mitigate the harm where they could, highlighting the tension between survival and morality. The Supreme Court's statement does not merely recount these acts. It uncovers the profound ethical and emotional struggles of individuals caught in circumstances beyond their control, emphasizing the human cost of power wielded without conscience. This web of coercion, far from a peripheral detail, is central to understanding the scale of the tragedy. It exposes not only the systemic cruelty that led to a life lost, but also the enduring courage of those who, even under duress, sought to protect truth and integrity in the face of overwhelming fear. The Supreme Court's revelations transformed the narrative of Yu Menglong's case from a story of individual tragedy into a profound examination of systemic injustice and the mechanisms of power. The court's findings did not merely confirm what many had long suspected. They illuminated the calculated orchestration that led to his death and exposed the extent to which influence and corruption could shape outcomes in the entertainment industry. This was not a matter of a single jealous rival or an isolated act of cruelty. It was a meticulously executed series of decisions by individuals in positions of power, designed to manipulate events, obscure the truth, and ensure that responsibility was diffused across layers of complicity. The rulings handed down were both decisive and symbolic. Fanique received the death penalty, Gao Tai's life sentence without parole was upheld, and Song's sentence was carefully reconsidered in light of her testimony. Meanwhile, the 8 other accomplices remained imprisoned for long terms, their involvement clarified as coerced yet accountable, highlighting the tension between moral responsibility and survival under duress. The court made it clear that these judgments were only the beginning, signaling that higher-level conspirators, those who orchestrated the broader scheme from positions of influence, remained under scrutiny. These pronouncements revealed not only a commitment to justice for Yu Menglong, but also a determination to confront the shadowy structures that allowed such a tragedy to occur. Beyond the legal ramifications, the Supreme Court's statement carried a moral resonance that reverberated far beyond the walls of the courtroom. It affirmed that truth cannot be suppressed indefinitely, that carefully constructed facades of industry glamour and authority can be penetrated by diligence, courage, and collective resolve. Every document, every hidden recording, and every coerced testimony formed a mosaic of accountability, gradually unveiling the full scope of manipulation and exploitation. The revelations also underscored the delicate interplay between law, ethics, and human vulnerability, demonstrating how even a single life, when threatened by a network of entrenched power, can become the focal point for examining societal responsibility. In this light, the Supreme Court's pronouncement was not only a verdict on crimes committed but a call to reflection. It challenged the public to confront uncomfortable truths about fame, authority, and the moral compromises that often accompany both. It illuminated the human cost of ambition unchecked, and it offered a solemn reminder that justice is not only about punishment, but about exposing the structures that permit cruelty to flourish. In affirming accountability, the court cast a long and unflinching gaze into the heart of a tragedy that had captivated a generation, transforming Yu Menglong's death from a personal calamity into a lesson for society, a call for vigilance, and a testament to the enduring pursuit of truth and justice. In his final moments, Yu Menglong looked into a camera and whispered, "Even if I die here, the truth will burn you all." These words, once censored and edited out, now shine as a beacon of defiance and resilience, reminding us that even in the darkest moments, one voice can spark a wave of truth, evokes inspiration, courage, and empowerment, connects viewers to the human spirit behind the tragedy. The revelations go beyond one person. Production houses, talent agencies, and executives are now under public scrutiny. Deals, endorsements, and contracts once celebrated are being re-examined for corruption and hidden agendas. Yu Menglong's case has become a mirror reflecting the dark undercurrents of fame, power, and systemic exploitation within the entertainment industry. Encourage viewers to reflect on ethics and accountability in entertainment. While heartbreaking, this story reminds us of the power of truth, courage, and resilience. Yumang Long's legacy is not just about the tragedy he endured. It's about the catalyst for change, awareness, and justice. His voice, though silenced, now echoes louder than ever. Uplifting and inspiring. Encourages reflection and empathy. Thank you for watching this special Update X24H report. If you want to stay updated on the latest news, drama, and inspiring stories from the world of entertainment, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share this video. Together, let's uncover the truth and celebrate the courage of those who refuse to be silenced. See you in the next update.